and welcome to this year's 12th programme. The preparations are over, and across Northern Ireland today, thousands of Orange men and women are on the march. 4 demonstrations have been selected as flagship events for the biggest day in the Orange calendar. And on this programme, we'll be at all 4: Dromara, Tandragee, Coleraine, and here on the streets of Belfast.
I would like to see it back to what it was like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, when everyone on all parts of the country come out and watch the parade. And I hope it's like that today.
Once again, the streets of Belfast echoed to the beat of the bands. And as the head of the parade snaked its way through the city centre, there was one recurring theme on the pavements: zero tolerance of drinking on the streets. The Orange Order had called for none of it. Belfast City Council was doing its bit. The police were enforcing it, and being seen to enforce it. Some, though, were still defiant, and mostly police were seen to be active, not just in a confined area, but along the route. One senior police officer told me they had confiscated so much alcohol they didn't have enough bins for all the bottles. It's 9 years since No. 2 District has led the Belfast Parade. The last time they walked out front, the demonstration was held in Ormeau Park. Their district chaplain, the Reverend Ron Johnston, is the new moderator of the Free Presbyterian Church. There was one solemn moment as the Orange men at the head of the parade paid their respects to the war dead at the cenotaph. That solemn moment concluded, it's time for the people to enjoy the colour and pageant of the day.
It's not that I hate Catholics or anything like that. I just enjoy the day of celebration. Oh, it's beautiful.
So why are you wearing the T-shirt?
Because my son's in a band, I have to support him.
I'm a Protestant, but I'm a Christian first and foremost. I believe in God, I fear God. That's why I'm here today.
I lived here for 27 years and I've been in Canada for 34, and I come home to see the 12th.
It's a sign of the changing times that this Tesco was open today and doing good business. One lodge paid tribute to the members of the Orange Order who have served their country overseas and here at home. It was under the banner of From the Boyne to Basra. But wasn't the sight of a member of the RUC wearing an orange collarette a step too far for some people?
The point is 63 members of the RUC who are members of the Orange Order were murdered by terrorist action, and we are extremely proud of them and we want to remember them.
Black ribbons on the banner of Lodge 890 were in memory of Tommy Dixon, known as the Duke of Windsor. His nephew is Hugh Hanna.
This was his day. He loved the 12th of July, and he was a foremost Linfield man, and we were always called the Linfield Lodge because of that association with Linfield, and that's why we sort of wear the blue.
One first-time visitor to the demonstration was Anne Widdecombe. The Conservative MP, who's making a television programme on the Reformation, commented on the police presence, or lack of it.
Very noisy, very colourful, but amazingly lightly policed. If this were London, there'd be crush barriers, there'd be policemen every few yards. Really, that much is very reassuring.
Also making a first appearance was the head of the Equality Commission, Bob Collins.
This is not about being a neutral Northern Ireland, it's being about a Northern Ireland that accommodates all the shades of traditional opinion and also the new traditions that are increasingly becoming part of our lives.
So red, white and blue has a place?
Oh, no doubt it has. In the rainbow, of course it has.
The main speaker at the Belfast demonstration was Drew Nelson. He described this unity as the Achilles heel of unionism and said the Orange institution wanted to encourage reconciliation within the unionist family. So journey's end for now is Barnett's Park and a chance to relax. But the field is only halfway. These people still have to walk back. Now let's join Ivan Little, who's at the main County Armagh demonstration in Tandragee.
Tandragee was not the place to be for anyone wanting a bit of peace and quiet this morning, or for anyone nursing an 11th night hangover. For the County Armagh town apparently beat all records for lambeg drumming, with no fewer than 100 of them in the procession today. They clearly start them young in County Armagh, very young. Even politicians like Danny Kennedy, who's not shy of banging on about this or that, has been drumming up support for Orange men for over 30 years.
I've always enjoyed it, and because I play the big drum, quite thick-skinned and I make a lot of noise.
Early this morning, Orange men from Tandragee took part in their unique ring ceremony at the top of the town. The district's 21 lodges assembled with their banners, forming an outer ring encircling the lodge's masters and deputy masters, with a Bible laid open on the ground for a religious service.
The first 12th in Tandragee was 1796, the year after the Battle of the Diamond. And we know after the battle, the victorious Protestants on the field formed a circle as a symbol that the order would be united but equal.
Tandragee Orangemen admit they're not blessed with the best of luck. On the last two occasions they hosted the county demonstration, in 1985 and 1996, there was disruption because of trouble in Portadown. On the first day of this year, their Orange Hall was badly damaged in an arson attack.
It just put extra pressure on us. The hall was out of the road. Now with the start, we had the things with the insurance companies and things all throughout the organising of the 12th. We had to go through all the paperwork of the hall as well.
Now for a wee bit of controversy, because Orange Order officials here in County Armagh claim their demonstration is actually the biggest in Northern Ireland. They admit that more people are watching from the sidelines in Belfast, but they say more Orange men are on parade here in County Armagh than anywhere else. Over 5,000 Orange men from 158 lodges were on the march, accompanied by over 60 bands, not to mention the dozens of lambbegs. How some people managed to sleep through it all was beyond me. For others, the orange clearly went to their heads on a day when even the fish were orange. Well, that's it from a particularly noisy Tandragee. Time now to go to the birthplace of the Lambeg drum, to County Antrim, and the main demonstration there in Ballyclare. And we join Alison Fleming.
Drums at the ready in Ballyclare. The sun stayed out for the East Antrim Parade.
This year's demonstration is hosted by 6 Mile Water. There are 10 districts taking part and a total of 71 lodges parading here today.
Local lodges joined with their Scottish counterparts to parade the 2 Mile route through the town. And the crowds thronged both sides of the street to watch them make the journey to 6 Mile Water River Park.
We've had tremendous crowds today. We're very pleased with the amount of people that have turned out. We've been planning the events for the last 2 years, and just to see so many people coming today and such a peaceful, good-humoured carnival atmosphere, we're very glad for the amount of people who have come.
But the view from the platform was that efforts to broaden the appeal of demonstrations were taking the order in the wrong direction.
We're not going to follow down the same route as the Democratic Unionist Party. If we're going to follow them, if we're going to take up their principles, I noticed that each of them, many of them, Peter Robinson and 2 others, have been saying in recent days that we're about cultural tourism. This is not about cultural tourism. This is about Protestantism. This is about Britishness. It's not cultural tourism, Mr. Robinson.
And while the field provided some with a welcome place to rest, for others the fun was just starting.
It just means everything. It's a family day out, of course, but it just means everything. It's preparation for it the whole year round.
Well, the highlight of the 12th for me actually was started last night, going round the bonfires and seeing people enjoying themselves. And it's the same here in the field. It's great to see the atmosphere, and we're among friends. These are my friends.
And friends, young and old, enjoyed the break in their own way before the demonstration got underway again for the return journey of the East Antrim Parade.
Dramara is the setting for the County Down event, and Judy Johnson is there.
It was fitting that a pipe band led the parade in the County Down village of Dramara, for there's a distinctly Scottish theme here.
As you know, the Orange Order is trying to broaden the appeal of the 12th. And here in Dramara, the celebrations are running alongside an Ulster Scots Cultural Festival, which has an exhibition centre here at the field. Hello there.
Edward, Hannah, you've been organising events at the festival. What's been going on?
But part of our flagship status we had here was to organise a part of an Ulster Scots festival. We started off with an evening in St John's Parish Church. It was an Ulster Scots night, and we had drumming and piping and education workshops on that evening, and it was enjoyed by a lot of the local people. We also finished there last night with the 11th night beacon lighting ceremony and fireworks display, and over 700 to 800 people from around the area came and enjoyed with us.
The emphasis here on education, with demonstrations and lessons on various aspects of Orange and Scottish culture. The 5,000-strong parade, meanwhile, took an hour and a half to pass through Dromara, where onlookers lined the streets and there was a suitably festive atmosphere. And while pipe bands were the music of choice, it wouldn't be the 12th without a fife and drum. So is all this attractive to tourists? We found the Knox family from near Niagara Falls.
We were told to come because it was the best time to come, because it was a good event to see.
And what do you think now you've seen it?
Oh, I love it. I love all the little ones in the parade.
But while Orange Grandmaster Robert Salters applauded the new Orangism is for all culture, in the next breath he launched a stinging attack on Sinn Féin.
It is sickening to us, following such dastardly attacks on our people for 35 years, to see the commanders of that enemy sitting in government today, acting as politicians who care for the peaceful existence of the people. It is like the poacher turning gamekeeper.
So it's going to be a bit of an exercise in juggling if the 12th is to be a day for all.
And while this new look to the 12th day is all constructed around peace, it seems you just can't get away from a bit of conflict. Back to you, Paul.
Jeannie Johnson reporting there from Dromara. Now, in a moment, we'll be continuing our province-wide tour when we visit Orange demonstrations in counties Londonderry, Tyrone and Fermanagh. So do stay with us. Hello once again and welcome back to the programme. It's hard to say exactly how many people watch the parades on the 12th of July, but they're certainly in their many tens of thousands. Our day out continues now with the processions at Kesh, Omagh and with the Independent Orange Order in Portglenone. But we begin this part of the programme in Coleraine.
There was a carnival atmosphere in Coleraine before the main parade started. Members of different communities given the chance to showcase their cultures.
And it's about us saying to that wider community in Northern Ireland that we are relevant, we have links with many different groups and people, and this is an opportunity, I think, to show that.
The main parade soon got underway. It's 4 years since the McCosquin district last hosted a County Londonderry demonstration in Coleraine.
A very big event for us today. We have the City of Londonderry Grand Lodge, along with Limavady District Lodge, Coleraine District Lodge, and our own district of McCosquin, who is hosting the demonstration today.
The rain stayed away as 2,000 Orange men from 60 lodges, accompanied by 55 bands, walked the 3-mile route. Approximately 50,000 people have lined the route of the parade as it makes its way through Coleraine town centre. It's a spectacle enjoyed by all.
Oh, they think it's great, and they've never seen such kind of march and band before, and we don't have such kind of holidays in China.
It's been first class. The kids have enjoyed it too. It's fantastic.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very well behaved.
It took the parade just over an hour to reach the field at Cart Hall for the Ballyrashane Flute Band. Arriving there marked a significant milestone in their history.
It's 100 years of the Ballyrashane Flute Band. We're celebrating our centenary year this year.
After a long walk in the sunshine, the refreshments provided in the field proved to be very welcome.
I was glad to see the top of the hill there, and we're glad to get a wee cup of tea now.
It's downhill on the way back, so that's always easier, and not too far to walk in the evening.
Before facing that return journey, some took the opportunity to have a quick rest, while others still had enough energy to enjoy all the fun that was on offer. And from Coleraine, it's over to Niall Donnelly, who's been at the main County Tyrone demonstration in Omagh.
The main County Tyrone demonstration was held in Omagh for the first time in 6 years. Taking part were 60 lodges from the 6 districts in the west of the county, as well as sisters and brethren from lodges in Larkhill and Erth in Scotland. You might have thought King William would have been close to the front of the parade, as did I, but not so.
William, what's your message today? William doesn't have a message. I'm James. James. I have a boat to catch. I'm in a hurry. But I will say one thing. I did not lose the Battle of the Boyne. I was just misunderstood.
Some of those taking part were unable to walk the full route, but sitting in the back of a Rolls can't be a bad way to take in the sights.
This is my 74th year.
On the march?
Aye.
And are you enjoying your day today?
Aye. I'm over 90.
You're not. What do you enjoy yet?
I was 90 on the 1st of August. Right.
I have a different colour for the 17th of March. I thought it was appropriate to bring the right colour on the right day.
Among the crowds here in Omagh, one lady who was married exactly 50 years ago today.
I've always come for the parade. Since I was a little tot, we come out to the 12th of July every year.
And what are your memories of your wedding day 50 years ago?
Some rain, some sunshine.
You've come from England for this today?
I have, yes.
What do you make of it all?
It's absolutely fantastic. Really is. Loving every minute. It's lovely.
The organisers of today's parade said they were extremely pleased with the turnout and glad that the carnival atmosphere was being appreciated.
Well, we're trying to put more into the parade, more colour and more entertainment into the parade. As you saw today, we had the floats depicting our history from the Battle of the Boyne and what it meant to parliamentary democracy throughout Europe. And we're trying to bring that more into the carnival atmosphere of the celebrations in our West Tyrone demonstrations.
So that's the story from a very busy Omagh on the 12th. Now it's over to my colleague Letitia Gwynn, who's at the main county demonstration in Fermanagh at Kesh.
Before you march, you need your meat tea, and then it's down to the business of the day. The one old-timer says things have changed.
Well, I don't think it's as good as when I joined it first. The members of the Orange Order were very strict and very sincere at that time, and you didn't step out of order.
The streets of Kesh were thronged with people celebrating the County Fermanagh demonstration.
This is a day obviously that's planned actually by people and families for weeks and months ahead. Actually, this day normally takes precedent in their family calendar, and it doesn't matter what else is going on around this time, and especially in the farming community, they always set this day aside. They make it a family day.
The Lambeg drums were out in force. King Billy led the parade from the field on the Ederney Road, followed by lodges from the border counties of Cavan, Donegal, Leitrim and Monaghan, and then came the 15 Fermanagh lodges.
This is called a mace, otherwise a staff.
And what do you do with it?
You can do tricks with it like that, and you can go like that, and I think that's all.
You don't throw it up in the air, Lewis?
No.
No? Just in case you drop it?
Yeah.
What do you think of the 12th?
It's nice and fun for me.
I come every year to the 12th. It's just a real family-orientated day. Parents, grandparents, everybody just loves to come out and meet friends they haven't seen for maybe years, so it's a great meeting place for everybody.
And your daughter's in a band, is that right?
She is. She's in the Lisbon Accordion Band and has been since she was 3.5. And I was in it before her, and my sister was in it as well, and my brothers. So we were all in the Lisbon Accordion Band.
After all the marching, it was time for this gentleman to take a nap. And from Cash now it's over to Vicky Hawthorne, who's been with the Independent Orange Order in Portglenone. Playing the part of King William, the honour of leading the Independent Orange Order Parade in Portglenone fell to 13-year-old Tamara Marshall and her horse Murphy. She led around 30 lodges and 30 bands through the village.
It was alright. I was nervous at the start, but then whenever I got into it, it was okay. I think the horse was nervous as well.
Here, like everywhere else, the dry weather helped bring out the crowds. And like every year, former First Minister Ian Paisley and his family watched the parade. Speaking before leading the devotional service, Mr Paisley said the idea of a general Orange Fest across Northern Ireland was a good one.
I think that we should widen our approach now, and we should realise that there's industry could gain by this, so we could make it a real festival time.
And during his speech to the crowd, the Grand Master noted the need for new blood in the Independent Order.
Lodges are not as big as you would love them to be, but nevertheless they're good staunch members, and they rally well to the cause. And I enjoy the 12th, and as I say, it's a good day for us.
Meanwhile, band members, followers and Orange men from outside Northern Ireland made the most of the day.
Family day, all the families in the band. There's 14 in our family, and there's about 8 or 9 of them in the band.
There's no better place to be on Orangeman's Day than in the province of Ulster, to see all the splendour and all the colour, and also to unite in friendship and fellowship with the Ulster folk across the sea.
Weather's been brilliant, and hopefully it'll continue for the rest of the day.
The rain did indeed hold off, leaving those who were prepared for the worst finding a better use for their umbrellas. Now we leave Portglenone and hand you back to Paul Clark.
Thank you, Vicky. And that brings us to the end of this year's roundup of the 12th of July parades and demonstrations across Northern Ireland. Good night.